I don't get it.
Podcast.
Hey, everyone.
Hi. You know what we should do? You know, this is what Caitlin's podcast does. They literally like hit
Copy other
record
podcasts?
in the
Yeah,
middle.
let's not copy.
They basically like send you into the room with Caitlin, like, and the first thing that you say, like, you're just recording. You're recording from the second that you enter the room. And she'll like bring up the most random conversation, and then like 10 minutes in, you're like, oh, "Are we gonna start?" And it's like,
you've
you've already started for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I would like to conduct every interview in my life.
Should we just do that? Like,
it's so
now
much
we
less
shouldn't even say
stressful.
hello. We should just hit record in the middle of a conversation, and people are gonna need to like catch on.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
we
love
could do that. That's
That's
what
just
I
how
used
the
to do with like
ramble should
public
be.
speaking, you know, like public
Yeah.
speaking at school, like you're talking to your friends
Yes.
and you're like trying to make it less scary, but then you're like, okay, so like,
Yes.
about tomorrow. Okay,
Like you're
yeah.
kind of talking to people like as you get up from your chair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like you make it really conversational right away.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bring the audience in. You
yeah,
needed a
yeah.
hook. You needed a hook in
Start
your
with
speech.
a joke and you're
I
on
always
your way.
started with a wise man once said. Lauren, so Ashley, while you were saying hi to Jared while he came home, Lauren was expressing a sentiment that I am feeling so viscerally right now.
Why? You seem low.
I am.
Yeah, because we're gonna just quit everything and move to the mountains.
Well, I don't want to speak for Lauren, but I am extremely burnt out. I think people in my life, and this is all my fault, by the way. I'm taking full responsibility.
Exactly.
It's all my fault, but
Same with Jared.
boundary setting is one, extremely hard, and two, I think people underestimate the amount of downtime I have, and I think I just realized I don't have any downtime. So when I barely post about the podcast, so I think people forget, like, we all spend time booking people, like time recording this, editing this. Same with Heartbroken Anonymous. Like, I'm managing people that are running the meetings for me now, which is fantastic. But that takes like time. And then I also record stuff on the weekends. And then when I watch TV, I rarely get to watch. I'm lucky that a lot of the stuff I watch I like, but I rarely get to sit down on the couch and just put on an episode of Golden Girls. I have to watch a lot of stuff for work, which takes up a lot of time. And then in between then, I like to work out or go to therapy. And then obviously there's time to cook. So like, I don't have a lot of downtime in my life. And I think aside from like, I don't think you should wear busyness as a badge of honor. Like, people are always like, oh, you're killing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's like admirable. And this sort of feeling came up in therapy, and I had this huge realization that I wanted to talk to you guys about, which is, again, my fault. But I think a lot of the way I operate when it comes to energy in a lot of my relationships, and when I say relationships, I mean mainly friendships, because I don't have a boyfriend, is kind of transactional energy.
Yeah.
So like, oh, this person did this thing for me, or they went all out for me on my birthday, therefore I have to do this.
Yeah.
And I think it's such like antiquated, patriarchal, like just such old. It's like, why are we doing that? And I want to like break that energy and bond. And it's really hard to do because you have to have like hard conversations with people. And a lot of people want you to show up in different ways. And the way it's coming up in my life is I'm like on the tail end of award season, which takes up so much of my energy and time, which I love to do. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to be the best. So I'm sacrificing a lot of my life to do that. But I also feel extremely guilty because a lot of my friends' birthdays are coming up, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, like I have to be there for this person. Or maybe like in my head, I'm like, they're going to be upset if I don't show up for them. And I think, and I also am realizing that I really can't be in like group settings. I actually really don't like forced sort of conversations with people I'm not close with. So
Even
like,
though
if
you're good
having,
at it. Just because you're
am
good at it doesn't mean that you like it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore in my life. Like if someone has a birthday dinner, I'm just realizing I'm a one-on-one girl. I rather go get a massage with you. I rather just hang out with you because when I'm at this dinner, I'm rarely getting like quality time with you because you're splitting your energy, and I'm talking to all these people around me.
Just to like make it look like you're having a good time, and
it's
like,
sort of like this force. And you guys know, like. None of us, we barely drink. I don't drink. Yeah. I don't want to feel like I have to drink.
Yeah.
You guys also know my stomach is highly sensitive to a million foods. So I just feel like I keep putting myself in these situations to prove to myself and to other people that I'm like there for them when I'm like, but I'm such a good friend in so many other ways. Yeah. And I don't feel like I just feel like I need to stop doing this.
Then
because it's draining. It's draining me.
Yeah, and then you could use that time for something else.
And just to like, put into perspective for you, like I think that these people aren't going to be as offended as you think they're going to be.
Right. I think a lot of it's like in my head.
Yeah,
and you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I do think it gets hard when a lot of these things are like you guys know I have like 5 weddings this year. You know, and I don't want to not be there for all my friends because you get married once.
I'll say this: weddings are probably different than birthdays. I think screw
birthdays,
the birthdays. You know
that
me and Lauren are like not birthday people, so we're like whatever, forget their birthday.
Yeah.
I don't mean forget their birthday. I mean like happy birthday, whatever. Not if you don't do something for their birthday, I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah. I would say put that time and energy into the weddings because those are far more memorable and people are way more, I mean, at least in my case, I don't give a crap who comes to a birthday dinner, but like for my wedding, I wanted everyone I invited there. I was truly sad for everyone
and
who
I
couldn't
will
come.
be there. Yeah, and I will be there for everyone because I know that. And like I want people to be at my wedding too. I think what's difficult is I sort of got everyone on the same year. And so now I'm realizing like I don't really have time to like kind of just be Naz and like go on a trip on my own this year.
What
like,
about money though?
That's what I'm saying. Money.
So about going to weddings these days?
So Ashley, I spent $2,000 on a wedding I'm in next month, and so when I add up all the weddings, it's close to $8,000 of my hard-earned money this year. Not that I don't want to be there for everyone, but I earned all this money and I can't go anywhere or do anything for me with it.
Yeah. In this environment,
and I'm like, when does it? Like, I would always understand.
I don't know, but I think brides are going to have to understand that like you can't do these destination like bachelorette bridal shower things. You're going to have to respect your friends to not be able to come to everything.
Like every time I'm like, oh, I could buy that outfit. I have money. I'm like, oh wait, just kidding. You have to buy those flights and those hotels.
Lauren and I are going to, Briar's wedding in June in San Francisco, and it's going to cost us about $4,000. Like me and Jared, just me and Jared, $4,000.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, doesn't something have to give at a certain point? Like I would never do this to anyone. And if I did want to have a wedding where you had to spend $4,000. I would say to you, I don't care if you're there or not.
Well, no. I mean, this is totally this is a best friend type wedding.
I don't care. That's unfathomable to me.
Well, of course.
$4,000
No,
is
you're right.
Unfathomable. I think this is what I'm saying is I fundamentally in my body, every fiber of my being disagrees with all of these.
I mean,
sort of
a lot of people couldn't just...
I know it's tradition, but I
can't. And because we're very blessed that we can, but it's outrageous. And yes, it shouldn't be expected. It really shouldn't be expected.
It should be like, come if you can.
Yeah, it's come if you can.
But if you can't, like, I understand,
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good message to get out there. I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners are just like, how am I supposed to afford going to all these obligation things? Which they're fun, they're nice, they're celebratory. You want to be supportive, but they are like, social.
Yeah, I just want to come from a place where it's like, you guys don't. I love my friends. My friends are my family. Like I love them, and it is my fault that I'm sort of assigning, that guilt role of like, you got to do this or you're a good friend.
Yeah,
but I don't know. A part of me is like, but I am a good friend, even if I don't do this.
Yeah.
And is that okay?
People
but I
know
guess,
that I'm not the person you call up whenever you want to do anything. I'm still like there texting and calling and stuff, but like I'm not going to be the person that's going out with you.
Well, you'll show
even
up
getting
for them
dinner. Honestly,
you'd show up for them if it was like it was an emotional, like you
No,
needed
I'm
them
talking
emotionally, physically.
yeah,
Lauren's
but
like,
I'm
I'm not
talking
there
about-
for you physically.
I'm not there for you physically. At this current stage, I cannot remember the last time I washed my own hair. You know, like,
and that's what I'm saying is I feel like a lot of people are feeling this way, especially now that we're out of the pandemic and like people are just like go and plan. And I feel like I just want to say out loud, like, even if I had plans with someone and 5 minutes before they're like, hey, I can't do people today.
Yeah.
I would be like, good.
Yeah.
I would
100%.
I would be like, thank God. Like, don't ever feel like you have to do anything.
Yeah.
I would never be upset or mad at someone for canceling on me because they needed to do something for themselves. You know?
100%. Yeah. And that's the hard thing that I am also dealing with because I want I don't want my clients to leave me, but they're like literally, I really genuinely think mentally tomorrow I need to reschedule people because I will start crying.
Yeah.
If I don't have tomorrow, I will cry and I won't come back.
Lauren, I had this day yesterday
Yeah.
where a friend of mine is having her birthday's this week. So she's having a party Saturday, but then she's having a dinner another day this week, more intimate.
Yeah.
And this is one of my best friends. So I'm like, I have to, you know? And then I was like, man, like I need to have a conversation with her. And I was really honest with her. And I was like, I'm feeling so burnt out. I have so much to do for work. I have no downtime. Is there one that's more important to you?
Oh, yeah.
And like, can we have a code word of like when you really want me to be somewhere? Because moving forward, I need to start saying no to things for my own sanity. Because you're right, Lauren. It's like if my cup isn't full, then you're not going to want me there.
You're not going to want me there.
Going to want me there.
And let me tell you,
fun.
if I'm on like that verge, you don't want me touching your hair. Because honestly,
Lauren's like,
I'm
I will
gonna tell
purposely
you-
destroy you.
No, the past 2 days where I haven't had a day off in 2.5 weeks. So I am going to freak out, but I'm like, my work is totally not up to par, honestly.
really?
Because I'm just trying to get through it and I'm not being my best. So,
You need to fill your cup
yeah.
because that's the worst. Because the last thing I want to do is not be my best for a friend. Because I really pride myself in being a great friend. And at this point, I'm like, it's like your fault, Lauren, and it's my fault because I'm going to start blocking shit in my schedule of just like Naz time and doing.
I did
it.
that yesterday. I went through my schedule. I go, you're off in bold letters.
Yeah.
You're off.
Yeah, and if someone says like, "Can we get coffee?" I'm going to literally be like, "I can't." Like in a month from now, maybe. But it's a lot, and it's really hard to have these conversations with people and not feel like you're being a bad friend. I think.
No.
I think you're being totally understandable. I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, suck it up. Work's good for you. This is how life is. And
that's how Dad was talking to Jared.
That's how
too.
their generation
That's the
is.
I know, and that's what Jared's like. So obviously, we have an issue with the fact that Jared's like never home, and he works over 12 hours every single day. Like today was his light day. He left the house at 6. And he just got home at 7:30, and this is his light day. And and because he's not getting enough time with Dawson, and I'm fine, but like obviously just missing to him.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Dad's like, this is what I did as a resident. This is work. This is what you do. You establish in your early 30s, you establish yourself and you work your ass off, and you like don't get enough family time and all that.
Yeah,
and it's,
I mean,
I
understand
disagree.
it, but at the
I think
same
those
time,
are old values.
They are old values, but I wonder like which one will win out, like which lifestyle.
I think both.
way.
It's called balance. It's called a work-life balance. Like that's what it is. You have to build in whether Jared should just take one day off a week where Sunday he doesn't do anything at work and someone else takes over, or you're closed on Sunday. Like, I don't know. It's like something's got to give.
Yeah.
Like you can't because then you're miserable. You're not living your life. You're not showing up for your partner
too. And then once you get sick, then you're really not going to do anything.
And then you resent the thing that you love.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the coffee shop, or you resent
the hair.
You resent the friend. You resent the hair client.
You resent the friend. Yeah.
And it's because no one's filling up their goddamn cup. And it's like, just normalize saying, I cannot fucking do this. I'm sorry. I cannot do this. I need to do nothing. Like, in silence. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Listen, if there's one thing that you've taken away from today's episode, it is that life can be overwhelming and that everyone is burnt out without even knowing it. And literally, we could just talk about this for hours because symptoms for everyone include lack of motivation, feeling helpless or trapped, detachment, fatigue, and more.
See, lack of motivation. Lauren talked about how she didn't feel like she was doing a good enough job anymore.
Exactly.
And she was like, whatever. Like, I'm not even going to do a good job on your hair. That's great advertisement, Lauren.
Great advertisement. That's not true all the time.
Yeah, but I think, often associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Like, I feel like a lot, like I was telling you guys, any of the roles in our life can lead to burnout, like being a friend. And what's great is BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. So I use BetterHelp for this reason, and that is how I am getting a lot of help in this area of my life. And if you don't know what BetterHelp is, Lauren's going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you because it's amazing. And it's online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. So you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to, because that can also be stressful. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and I Don't Get It listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/getit. That's BetterHelp.com/getit.
I have an idea for a podcast episode that I want to do in a couple weeks. Of course, it is from my own personal angle of pregnancy and parenting. But there's one doctor that I'm obsessed with. She left her practice because she was like, I couldn't stand that I had her name is Dr. Sterling on Instagram. You guys probably see me regram her stuff all the time. She asked me to come on her podcast, and I was like, I would love to come on your podcast. And I kind of told her a brief synopsis about what our podcast is about. And she was like, what if we did something that was like pregnancy and parenting in the millennial age? Which I love, because what I've seen her talk about thus far on that topic is just like that, oh, we're sick, we're like I was, but like we can't conceptualize just being off. Like we can't, if we're like throwing up all day, we still are saying in our head, you're not being productive, you're not being productive. And like we never let ourselves rest. And then like same with parenting. It's like we just like are always like, we have to be productive, but it's like we're never enjoying just being with our child.
Yeah.
And it's and it's a matter of human being and not doing, just like being a human. And you guys know I love animals, and I talk to this with my mentor about it all the time, but animals play, hunt, and sleep. And they spend the least time hunting, the most time sleeping and playing. And we are animals too. And that's why I literally got high with my friend Zadie and went to the aquarium the other day, because I'm like, play to me is so vital. Like, you need to do shit that's just for fun. If everything I do is like for an outcome, like watching this show to talk about, to do, it's like, what kind of life is that? But also, Ashley, I want to hear from you. Like, are you, now that you're a mom, do you find like time to just be Ashley, or are you always just mom, wife? Like, are you carving out time for yourself to just like do Ashley I stuff?
No, I'm just as drowned as you guys. I mean, if I want to watch a show, like say it's Thursday and I want to watch The Staircase, right? It usually will be like 4 days later. We need to talk
about The Staircase.
I already have, and I don't get it about The Staircase.
Okay, we'll save where I don't get it for the end of this deep talk.
Yeah, I know we talked about The Staircase, but like it'll be like 4 days later, because I want to have a moment where I know that, well, in the fact of The Staircase, I want Jared home because I'm scared.
Aww,
okay,
it is scary.
So then, like, I want Jared home, and I want the baby asleep, and I want it to be in a sleep where it's like a no interruptions asleep. So it's not like he's gonna like wake up and start crying in like 20 minutes. It's like I know that I can relax, and that'll happen. Like I'll get literally like maybe 2 hours a week where I can just.
Well, I love that you're scheduling it. That's
well, you know, it's usually at 12:30. a.m.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But
But
it's-
thank God you're more nocturnal. That's
Oh,
wild.
I'm super nocturnal, so like that's totally
But
fine.
you should schedule more like time on your own. And
I try.
But
it's
mom,
like,
mom has-
imagine-
what has mom done there?
well, mom has been so helpful, but when mom is taking care of him, it's like exactly like I'll be doing some social work. I'll be doing
Podcasts.
I'll be
Yeah,
showering,
Ashley's like,
I'll be
what can I get
podcasting.
done now?
I get done whatever I can do, like try to like backload it. And then of course when mom's here, am I doing that? I'm doing that 50% of the time. I should just be spending time catching up and doing like everything I can in advance. But then it's
So
like
then you can
mom's
chill,
here, so I want to show her this and I want to take her there and I want to do like fun things.
See,
with
I
Dawson.
think you're doing it right. I don't think we should. I don't think
No,
we should
maybe
be
you're right.
shooting ourselves. We shouldn't be shooting ourselves anymore. And it's like back to that feminine
Okay,
and
you're
masculine.
right. You're right. Look at
podcast.
that. Wow, way to like bring it
Like,
so full
it's
circle.
like,
Here I am
what are you
saying
gonna
I should be working more when
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying walks on the beach with my mom.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
what life's about.
That's
what the
what I
fuck are you
should
going to
be doing.
remember?
No, you've
laying
gone to
in
dinner like every
hospice?
night, like with cute little outfits.
Yeah, I've had some cute outfits. But let's talk about the staircase then. Let's move over there.
My number one, I don't get it,
Yeah.
is flip flops. Yo, if she was wearing a good set of sneakers, she could have taken on the man, the stairs, or the fucking owl. Okay,
Wait,
if
owl?
she
There's an
wasn't
owl
wearing,
now?
You don't know the owl
Oh
theory.
God, Lauren! I'm
Wait,
not.
I have not
first off,
heard
I'm
about the
still,
owl
See,
theory.
because I only have had a little time. I watched 20 minutes of
wait,
the hour and
first-
15-minute episode.
I
First-
watched it all.
We need to
to say
be
spoiler
very
alert?
careful. Yeah, like we need to give a spoiler alert for people
Okay,
who haven't
Are
seen.
people watching this show?
Yes, let's
everyone.
backtrack
Oh, okay,
because I
because-
hate when things aren't explicitly
Okay,
clear.
go for it. Lauren, explain.
There was Lauren, go ahead. But explain that it happened. There was a documentary, and now it's a show.
Okay, so there's this really, really long documentary. It was released on Netflix. Was it Netflix?
We all saw it on Netflix, but
Yeah,
I don't
it was
know
on
if that's where it was
Netflix. I
originally
watched it like a million times because I kept falling asleep, honestly. Like it was very slow, but I already knew the case. So that's why I wasn't so
Because
into it. I
they
already
had
knew
like
everything about it.
forensic files on it, a zillion times.
They had like a 48 hours forensic files, Dateline, everything already. So I already knew what was going on. So it
Also,
was-
my favorite murder, I think this was the murder that they sort of bonded on and made that podcast on. It's a very
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay, that's
okay.
cool.
Yeah, the staircase is a massive murder case.
Yeah.
Massive murder case.
or quote
So
quote
now
murder.
there's the show quote quote murder.
Allegedly.
Now there's a show on HBO Max, very very good. We love our queen Toni Collette.
Who has
Okay,
the
so there's this-
scariest dying faces in the entire world?
Toni Collette plays the mom.
Yeah.
Toni Collette has a mom who died on the stairs, and we're all trying to figure out if her husband Colin Firth, who's playing
Michael Peterson,
who
who is a novelist.
Why are there so
Yeah.
many murderers with the last name Peterson?
That's what Mom and I were
wait,
saying.
really?
Scott
There's
Scott
Peterson?
Peterson, Michael Peterson, and then there's one other
Another one.
Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
Okay, so basically, there is a theory. Either she fell down the stairs, hit her head, died that way, or he bludgeoned her to death, quote unquote, maybe. But there's this new theory that's come about since like the end of the filming of the documentary, that an owl, which have been known to attack people in that neighborhood, flew into the window, freaked her out, used the talons, scratched her head. That's why there's those marks on her skull.
Why
but it didn't
wouldn't this
penetrate.
theory have come out years ago?
And they found microscopic owl feathers in her hair. So the next episode of Staircase, I'm pretty sure, is going to bring up the owl theory.
The HBO
Wow.
series?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
What's fascinating about people who saw the documentary like me and are now watching the show is that what you don't realize in the documentary is there is a behind the scenes relationship going on with someone who was putting the documentary together and someone who's around this murder. I don't want to spoil anything, but that's really cool because watching the documentary, I had no idea.
Right. That's totally new to everyone, I think.
Yeah. Mom and Dad, you know how you imitated your parents talking the other week, Naz, and we had a good laugh. It was a couple weeks ago, like a couple months
Yeah.
ago, and we were like
Yeah.
hilariously we were just thinking it was hilarious that your parents are like squawking to each other and it's just like blah blah blah. That was my mom and my dad talking about the staircase and like getting confused because they're watching both at the same time, and they're like, Ashley, listen, no. I'm like, oh my god, calm down. I was like, no, but did you see? But and then
he's like, now calm down. Which one are you talking about?
Oh my god,
okay?
that's so funny.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
it's amazing.
I also wanted to just talk about Toni Collette being scary again. It was like 2 a.m. and I finished the episode 4, and they show at the, you think you're done seeing
There's
her fall down.
There's only 4 out, right?
There's 5 out now.
Okay, got it.
So you think you're done seeing her fall down the stairs until they wanted to show it again in episode 4. In this case, it's the fact that he's like, the one. It's the interpretation that
they
he's
show
the
the
one killing.
2 theories that we still don't know.
Yeah, and now, and I see her at 2 a.m, like falling down the stairs with her scary dying face, and I have to like grab onto Jared in the middle of sleeping. He's like, what's going on? What happened? I go, Toni Collette died. They showed her die again. And it's just horrifying.
It's really her. She's so good at dying.
She's really good at dying.
So good at everything.
But I just kept thinking about, I hope these kids are not watching this,
Their
this
kids?
reenactment. Yeah,
like their
Peterson
lives have
children.
been ruined. They have been years and years and like being in the spotlight, and it's just wild.
It's like
so wild.
to have that depiction of your mom.
No.
Like
It's horrible. Oh my god, that's so true.
Over the past 4/5 months, Ashley and I have obviously learned a lot about babies and how important every single thing is when you're having a baby. And one thing I never even thought about was diapers and how long they go in between diaper changes and how crucial that time is. Like when you're sleeping, if it gives you an extra hour between diaper changes, that's everything. So Coterie is a extremely scientific diaper, which basically holds more pee and allows you to sleep a little bit longer. They're super soft, super absorbent, and they are also helpful when you have a baby with sensitive skin because you're always worried about eczema or rashes and creams. So it cuts down on all of that. Coterie is the highest performing diaper on the market for infants and toddlers, up to 2 times more liquid capacity and up to 4 times faster moisture wicking versus other brands. Why would you not want to try Coterie? Your baby stays drier longer, and Coterie parents report fewer nighttime diaper changes, which can lead to better sleep quality, not just for your baby, but for you too. So Coterie diapers are made with clothing grade material, giving your baby a cashmere-like feel so they're more comfortable longer day and night. And Coterie has been awarded Best Diaper and Wipes by both The Bump and Parents.com. So we're going to listen to them. Right now, Coterie is partnering with I Don't Get It podcast to offer you 20% off your first order plus free shipping at coterie.com/IDGI. That's Coterie spelled COTERIE.com/IDGI for 20% off and free shipping. Coterie.com/IDGI.
I have a bunch of I don't get it.
So do I.
You guys want to keep talking about.
Yeah, basically flip-flops are Satan's shoe. They've never looked good on anyone. They're dangerous. They hurt between your toes.
Yeah.
You don't look hot in it, and you're going to fall down the fucking stairs.
Oh, that's the episode titled, Don't Wear Flip-Flops on Staircases.
I gotta say one more thing before we move on from TV. I posted an Instagram last night of me just like talking about how much I love like the Kardashians new series, and like I wore like a Kim like outfit and whatnot. And you know how I said on our podcast that I was so surprised that like the Kardashians were getting hate? Like I thought the hating on the Kardashians days were gone and that everybody had gotten to a point of respect with them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable how many haters are still out there. I guess I really do have a secluded timeline.
Your algorithm's just perfect for you.
Yeah, because like 50% of the comments were like, I can't believe that you could possibly like look up to people like this. Like, I feel less of you now. Like, I'm unfollowing you because you like them. It was like really crazy.
I mean, people, but I feel like it's not shocking that so many people hate them.
But it is shocking
Why
to
would
me
you not
still.
look up to? Why would that be a problem to look up to them? Like people look up to crazier people.
Well, you know why? Because of like beauty ideals and all the stuff
They're
everyone
like,
says.
they're famous for nothing. They're sex tape, blah, blah,
Exactly,
blah. I'm like, you
that.
guys are still hung up on the famous for
I'm
nothing.
like, I would
they're
love
not
to see,
famous
like,
for
what,
nothing
they
anymore.
only follow and they only love what scientists that save the world. Like, please, these people are such on their high
I got. I
horse.
read one. I'm just gonna read one. It's really funny. I had to screenshot it. Okay. Well, there it is. You lost a supporter. Anyone who supports the obvious blood-sucking witch cult that this is part of the problem. Anyone that isn't glued to social media is clearly aware of the adrenochrome-loving cult this is. Enjoy hell or repent at this point. Think of your son. That is, if he isn't being used as your sacrifice.
Can
this
I
person
just
believes
say,
that anybody who likes pop culture is the devil.
Following you is so much different than like Kardashian. You went on a reality show and now you have a following.
Like, that's
so, like, what
also,
have you contributed? Quite honestly,
legitimately, like, if you don't like the Kardashians,
Lauren.
I'm not really sure why you like me.
yeah, it's like, so what's the difference here? You didn't have a sex tape, but you just went on a dating show.
Yeah, I cried on
Love
TV.
you, but
I don't
Yeah.
understand why. Like, who has the time? We were just talking about how we have no time in our lives. Who has the time for this?
Anyway,
Time.
go through the. I don't get it, but I thought I don't get how many people are that still are hung up on the Kardashians not being famous for no reason.
It's wild. I have such random ones. You guys are going to
Me
think I'm
too.
so weird. Okay, so I literally had a random thought today, and I just don't get like just the random thoughts in my brain.
Wait,
What is
that's
it?
your I don't get it?
Like I was driving home, and I was like, "Whatever happened to Portugal the Man?"
Portugal the Man. What song
I don't
did
even know
that
who that
person
is.
sing?
Remember that song, "Feel It Still"? Ooh, I'm a rebel, just a kick.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What happened to Portugal?" This is what I think about randomly,
Are
and
you
I don't
sure the
get
song
why-
wasn't on?
I had heard it recently.
Okay.
So of course that, but like I don't know, those thoughts amuse me. I have very amusing random thoughts.
I wish
during
I
the
would be entertained by my own thoughts.
day. They make me laugh. Also, I have this fear. Yo, dying is like such a fear these days for me when I like never fucking cared about this.
Yeah,
but, like,
same. Since the staircase, I've been thinking
It's-
about death a
since
lot
the
more lately.
staircase.
I'm telling you, her face has ruined me.
Oh my God. Okay, no, for me, let me be more specific because I never use my words correctly. I'm not scared of dying. I'm very randomly like superstitious all of a sudden. Like, you know, when you're driving somewhere and your GPS says accept faster route.
Yeah.
For some reason, I look at that button and I think life death decision. One of them I
It
live,
is.
one of them I die, and it takes me forever to decide.
Oh my God, stick with the original route.
Like, who does this?
No,
Why
I
does
do.
my
Every
brain
time
do
somebody
that?
wants to delay a flight, they're like, "Oh, should I change my flight?" I'm like, "No, I don't know. It's
Don't
like
ask me.
my mom's flight. Like, she changed her flight. I wanted her to stay until Sunday, and
Yeah.
so that would mean that she canceled her Friday flight. She stayed till Sunday. And I was like, "What if the Sunday flight, or what if the Friday flight?" You know?
Yo, life is fucking tricky
But
out
that's
here.
pretty interesting. I've never thought about that way. Thanks for unlocking a new OCD thing.
Yeah, I know. The faster route thing is a whole other ball.
No,
That's like
but
very
it's like-
final destination. Like every
That's what I'm
decision you
saying.
make. Yeah.
Why is everything so life or death these days? Why can't I just live my goddamn life? Okay.
Well, welcome to Lauren and Lauren in my life,
Yeah,
because we're the
fuck
ones that
you
if I don't
guys.
touch a light switch 5 times, then my mom's flight's going to go down
Yeah.
tomorrow.
No, I cannot live like this. I go to
Do you
my
guys hear
Whole
my
Foods a lot.
farts?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay.
But I will love to listen back to see.
Well,
I know,
look
me
out
too.
for 3551.
There's an Easter egg at 3551. Literally smells like eggs. Okay, so I go to my Whole Foods a lot, and Ashley, remember you went to this Whole Foods once when we got like soft serve with Lizzie. It's the one in Silver Lake all the way back, and it used to be a 365, and it had like all those colorful
yeah.
windows. But now it's just a Whole Foods, but it's
it's like a,
it's like
they
a
upgraded it.
wannabe. It's not as good as a standard Whole Foods, but it has everything Whole Foods has. I don't know how to explain it. all their shit that I need is fucking on a shelf that I cannot reach.
Really?
Everything I need. The yogurt I eat, the rice cakes
This is
I
how
eat.
bougie Naz eats. That she eats the top shelf at a Whole Foods.
Oh my God, it's not top shelf. I don't understand why Lundberg rice cake and is on like up there with the chips, like all the way up. I'm like, rice. I literally wrote down short girls eat rice cakes. Like, why is this all the way up there? I always have to ask for help.
Maybe only tall girls eat rice cakes.
It's so embarrassing. Anyways, and then when I was studying the other week for the Billboard red carpet, I decided to go to a coffee shop because I'm like, I'm tired of being in my house. I need to change the scenery. So I go to this coffee shop down the street in Echo Park. It's so fucking good. It's called Lavetta. You guys should check it out if you're there. Anyways, this man was he was conducting a full-on Zoom meeting next to me out loud. And I go, who does that? Who is literally like having their meeting out loud at a coffee shop?
He didn't have earplugs in? Or
he
earphones?
had headphones in, like big ones like this, and was like projecting and yelling. And I'm like, this is crazy.
I hate that
How
bullshit.
could you go in your
Center
car?
of the world mentality.
It's
like
weird. It's weird.
I don't like that.
Isn't it weird though?
whatsoever.
Just like play devil's advocate that like you could have a coffee meeting, like you could have a couple coworkers sit down around sit around a table at that coffee shop, and it wouldn't be as distracting.
It's wild.
I feel like you wouldn't have to be like, so guys, what we're going to need to do today is really join together. And I don't know. It's like, it's definitely, you don't have to project as much or animate as much, I feel.
It's wild.
I think probably the most asked question to me is, does my hair seem thinner? And what can I do to get my hair strength and fullness back? I say, stop using a whole bunch of heat. Try and do natural styles. Stop using hot irons, tools, and get Nutrafol. Nutrafol is a physician-formulated to be 100% drug-free. They use natural, clinically effective botanicals for better hair growth through your whole body health. So on top of a thicker, stronger hair without lasers or chemicals, Nutrafol's ingredients may also help you get a handle on better sleep, stress response, skin, nails, and libido. I've had so many people come back to me like months later, and I can see this new growth, and it's so encouraging, and I continue to recommend it to so many people every single day. In clinical studies, Nutrafol users saw thicker, stronger hair growth and less shedding in 3 to 6 months. So stick with it. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com and using the promo code GETIT to save $15 off your first month subscription. This is the best offer available anywhere, and it's only available to U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus, free shipping on every order. Get $15 off Nutrafol.com, spelled NUTRAFOL.com with the promo code GETIT, GETIT, for hair as strong as you are.
The last thing I wrote down is we never talked about Zac Efron playing a father.
I mean, I don't think it's that bizarre, except for the fact that isn't the kid supposed to be 6 or something? How old is the kid?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I just read the headline, so I'm coming really misinformed.
Well, Zac Efron is playing a father, but it's not like he's a father. I mean, he's 30. The kid. He's 34. That's the thing. We're parents now.
But how old's the kid that he's?
I think he's
fathered?
like 6-ish. You want to type this up real quick? Because in that case, he'd have the kid when he was 28.
Ashley would know everything about what Zac Efron's up to.
I mean, Zac Efron is, my backup husband. Zac Efron
I love it.
Plays.
He's my backup husband. Who's your backup husband, Lauren?
It's not really a backup, but let me think. Who the fuck would I choose if I had one choice? Oh my God, I don't know.
Lauren,
Brendan
and
Fraser in his prime.
Well, that's not okay. Yeah, the fact that he is this Stephen King movie, like Firestarter. Lauren, this is the movie that he plays a dad in. It doesn't look that great, but I don't want Zac to do a movie that doesn't look great.
Why? It's not like he's like an award-winning. Why are you talking about Zac Efron like he's Anthony Hopkins or something? He can't do this after Silence of the Lambs.
I like him to do fine work.
Yo, you're wild right now.
Oh, it's a remake. It's a remake.
Oh, well, the girl in real life is 12. So in that case, he would have been a really young dad. But, you know. She's probably
We'll
just
take it.
playing
We'll
someone
watch it.
younger. Okay, well, we'll watch it because Zach's
Oh
in
yeah, it
it.
has 4.6 out of 10.
Oh,
And 11 on Rotten Tomatoes.
11 out of 11%.
11%.
11%.
Well,
The critics have spoken.
the trailer looks like it's a parody almost.
Oh shit!
Oh,
All
no.
right,
All
sorry,
right, well,
Zach.
Oh, that's very disappointing. Okay, I think that he's got like, you know, some good potential there. He could really be a fun actor one day. I really just like him a lot. That's all. Okay.
He just needs to do a season 2 of his Netflix show.
Oh, I
Ashley,
know,
love it.
1,000%.
Ashley, can you get him on our podcast?
Oh yes, 1,000%. You know I can't.
Ashley,
do
what
that.
would you do?
We can't do that because I can't have a crush on someone. That would be bad.
What? No, it's not. You're a human being.
No, because it would be like a problem. We
She's
all
like,
know
no,
that
I'd lie
it would-
awake each night thinking
We
about
all
him.
know
Fire
it would be
starter.
a problem. Well, maybe like Zoom, we wouldn't feel the chemistry that I anticipate that we'd have.
I don't know.
Real life.
Jared Leto and I had chemistry over Zoom. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's
yeah.
true. That is right. Okay, let's go to my Let's
Let's go to. Wait, we haven't gone to Lauren's.
Well, okay, Lauren. Guess
You
Lauren's
said
in
yours
place for
already,
number
Ash.
2. No, I have a
only
number.
have.
Yeah, didn't you just share 2 of them before I
I
went?
said the Kardashians, and then I guess the staircase scaring me, but
Yeah.
Okay, continue with
okay.
your. Mine sucks. So
no,
continue.
go, Lauren. We know that
Lauren's
your
is
sucky
always
ones
the
are always
best.
Mine are
amazing.
always stupid.
We love
No,
your
I-
sucky ones.
We
They're
love
so
your
good.
I just
shitty
wanted
ones.
to let everyone know that I got my Invisalign buttons taken off and my teeth look good.
Yay!
Yay.
Wow, I
Yay.
never even knew. Do I even know you? I didn't even know you were wearing Invisalign.
Well, I didn't really wear the trays during the day, but I had like these buttons glued on all over my teeth.
What
and
are
it looked
buttons? Like
gross.
the little
It's like what they
brace thing?
anchor the tray into. So
Naz
it was like little
would not
braces that
like
you couldn't
them.
see.
I
Yeah.
think this is like typical pre-wedding shit, right? This is like what everyone does before they get married.
Your teeth
Time
look
to straighten my teeth.
fantastic, Lauren. They look beautiful.
Yeah,
They look fucking amazing.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And my second one is beauty blenders because
I don't fucking get beauty blenders
fucking
either.
hate beauty blenders.
I hate
Wait,
looking at
why?
them on TikTok and Instagram too.
That's what I was going to say.
Wait,
every
what's
time
happening?
I use them,
girls. I have one for some fucking reason. Like, I'm tapping my face with it. I'm like, you're doing absolutely nothing. You're like, I'm like, that's not blending your foundation whatsoever.
Every time I use it, it's like pointless city. Use a foundation brush. Use
yeah.
a brush for every other kind of thing. You have a blush brush, and you have your bronzer brush, and then you have your blending brush.
I use a beauty blender.
But to do your foundation,
Yeah.
That's because your skin is flawless. That's because your skin is
I do.
flawless. Cool.
No, that's not why.
If
I
you
just
don't
don't
need
know how to
any,
do it with
if
a
you don't
brush.
need any coverage, use a beauty blender.
What? I do need coverage, and I just use it to put on
I
the foundation.
hate this thing. I just can't express the inner annoyance I feel watching girls blend their foundation with like bouncing this thing on their skin. It's
I'm
just
dead.
my level of hell.
I'm dead.
That's all.
So
That's why I
glad
don't
we
get it
share
this
that
week.
annoyance. You guys, if you're out there being like, but then what do we use? Use Sigma brushes. Sigma brushes are the best.
Sigma brush. Yo, whatever mascara you had on in your Instagram story the
Dime?
other day, that was fucking amazing.
It was. I'll call out the mascara that was on the other eye right now.
You look so good.
Oh, well, thanks. The other eye was.
you always look good, but
Oh, well, thanks.
your
I've been
lashes were
trying
looking
harder now because I don't have acne or like bloat
Yeah.
from a baby. So my voluminous was volume. It was my L'Oreal voluminous mascara on that one eye, and then Dime on the other. Code Haben25 if you want a little discount, Tony, on the Dime stuff. Okay, so my turn.
yes.
Yay! Okay, again. The Bassett side of the family, that's Jared's mom's side of the family, they refer to every, like, it's not mom and dad, it's mother or father. It's your mother or father. And it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't hang out with your mother. Or it's like, my father. And then it's not car, it's the vehicle.
It's motor vehicle.
It's a
Oh my
vehicle.
God.
It's like my vehicle. I'm like, your car, your vehicle. And it's just like very strange. Why do they use the most proper terms?
It's interesting. My friend this weekend said image, and I was like, do you want a picture?
She said, "What in what context?"
Like, I want an image of this. Like, I want a picture of
That's
this.
very strange.
I know. Isn't it funny? People people that say motor vehicle. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
weird.
never understand people who say, like, I guess, like, in a certain context. I'm not saying you can never use the term mother, father, but, like, in a casual setting, I think it's weird to refer to as mother or father. My mother, my father. Well, mom does that too, Lauren, because mom always says my mother. Lauren, mom has never referred to Nan once as her mom.
My mom. Yeah, because she didn't think of her as a mom. She thought of her as a mother.
Damn. Well, I once interned at a radio station back in my day, and I'll never forget. Some woman told me, because I love my dad, so I always talk about my dad, and I was telling her a story about my dad, and she goes, "Use father. People will think of you more like maturely."
No.
My father.
Yeah.
in the industry, like because I was her intern, she was like,
dad.
"You need to say father, or people are going to think of you as
like my
not-
dad. You're right, Lauren.
not professional and not as mature." And what was interesting is I actually followed that advice. And so whenever I'm at work and I bring up my dad, I say my father instead of my dad.
Okay, I understand that in a work context. Well, Nats, I think that is actually good advice for the work environment, because there is something that's like, oh, I called my dad for help, you know? I called my father for help. Totally different kinds of help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I bet you that's a fucking woman thing too. I bet guys can say dad. And
My mother, my
they
mom.
wouldn't
No,
they wouldn't be
guys
thought
have-
of differently. If a man said my mom, you'd be like, oh, a man and his mom.
My mom.
But if
no,
a girl
I'd say,
says
oh,
my
you little
dad,
bitch, you mom. I don't know.
If a girl says my dad, you're like, oh, this girl's not mature enough.
I think it works
to
both
run
ways.
a company.
I got two more I don't get it, so brace yourself, people. I'm going to start with the lighter one first. It is cucumber. Don't understand cucumber because it has not enhanced anything in my life from a salad to hummus. If I want to eat hummus, it's better with, yes, I'm thinking about Kendall Jenner cutting cucumber as a portal for her hummus. I'd rather have a hummus with a cracker or even a carrot.
Everyone would rather a cracker. But
Everyone would rather a cracker.
Even a carrot or even celery. Cucumber, I don't want it. The only thing it's good for is adding a little refreshment to my water. Do you guys enjoy cucumbers in salads? Because I think it really throws a salad off.
I think that's a very fair question. I respect your opinion on cucumbers. I don't think they add anything flavor-wise. I just like
I
the
think they
crunch
take away
of
flavor-wise because it's like a texture that I just didn't need in there. It doesn't go with the other textures.
Yeah, it's kind of like radish. It's very watercressy.
Oh,
I really don't mind
watercress. Don't get me
cucumbers.
started with watercress. Those are
Watercress.
disgusting.
I get
that's
cucumbers-
disgusting lettuce.
I get cucumbers when I'm either ordering on Postmates or at a restaurant, and they're like, pick 5. And I'm like, God damn, like I
Yeah.
only want 3 of these. And then I'm like, all right, I guess throw in the cucumber in there. It's kind of like a -0.
yeah.
Okay.
I like cucumbers as a
that's-
conduit for feta or like a kind of cheese.
Oh, yeah. I like
Okay.
cucumber tomato salad. I love
Yeah.
cucumber tomato salad. Yep.
Have you guys ever had shallots? I think they're called shallots.
I love
Yeah.
shallots.
Wait,
I love
what are
shallots.
they?
I love
Shallots
I
are
don't
like a
know.
green onion.
Oh, okay. Never
I love-
mind. That's not what I'm talking about.
I love fennel. Fennel. I love fennel.
There are these pieces of shit that they used to put in like lean cuisines. Love it, in like
Oh my
lean
God.
cuisines. There were like a
Cuisine.
like a crescent,
Can you say cuisine again?
lean cuisine.
No, it's not. It's lean cuisine.
What do you say, Ashley?
Oh, I said cuisine. Yeah.
She says lean
Lean
cuisine.
cuisine.
Lean cuisine, except for
No, it's lean cuisine.
Cuisine.
yeah. Okay, but if I was saying like I like that ethnicity,
It's cuisine, babe.
Cuisine, I would say cuisine. Okay, but in the case of lean, it's lean cuisine. Okay.
It's not lean cuisine. It's It's not COOZE.
Wait, I gotta find freaking Lean Cuisine pieces of shit.
It's
Lean Cuisine. Oh my god, it's like in the pasta or something.
It's a green thing in the pasta.
Watercress, watercress.
What are you thinking of?
I don't know, but it's got this annoying thing in there, and it's just
where is it found? Where is it found? And what
Are
is
they
it?
definitely like a
peas?
vegetable. It's
It's
definitely
a snapping pea thing.
no. It's like it looks like a little white thing. It's like a little.
The end of green onions,
No, it's crunchy.
shallot.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was a shallot, but
I said fennel. I said fennel a million times. Is it
no,
fennel?
it's definitely not fennel.
Chives.
No, I like chives. Chives have flavor.
Or is it white carrots?
Yeah, it looks like white carrot, Lauren.
I know what you're talking about. I think maybe it's a white carrot.
No, it's not.
White carrots are
This reminds me of the time that we were on a cruise, and Lauren and I, we've told the story before. We ordered 2-room service.
Ashley, stop it.
No, wait, we've totally shared this before. Oh my god,
I don't,
it's
but
the
I
best
forgot.
moment ever.
It's been like a year since I've thought about this, so I'm dead.
Okay, Lauren and I, the first time we ever had.
No, don't put the punchline.
Okay. Lauren, tell the story then. Do it right, please. Do it right.
Don't say the punchline.
Lauren, please. You're
So
right. I was
we
going to be the
went-
worst comedian of all time.
So bad. You're so we.
so
I think we were in
dead.
someone else's room, and with their food came this delicious side of fried carrots. So we were like, "Wow, those are so good! Oh my god, fried carrots!"
Fried carrots. We're like, man, what a way to get carrots in your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are ridiculous.
So we were like pumped. We had them all the time, and then we called room service one night. And we're like, and we're just gonna have a side of fried carrots.
Is it mozzarella soup?
I'm
were
literally peeing my pants right now.
What was it?
And like, we do not have that on the menu. I don't know what you're talking about. We're like, they're orange.
The fried carrots. They came with like the
they come with the
chicken
ranch
tenders.
on the side.
Yeah.
Ashley's literally peeing herself.
And they're like, oh, the sweet potato fries.
You guys are so stupid.
Sweet potato fries. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? You thought sweet potato fries were fried carrots?
Had no fucking idea.
Are
no
you?
idea. We've never had sweet potato fries.
Yo, what the fuck? These people are like, yo, these bitches are asking for fried
Hey, we're on a
carrots.
cruise. We're not the most cultured people, all right?
There you go. We got to end on that.
We are ending
gotta
on
end
it.
there.
I'm saving my last I don't get it for next time.
Okay.
All right,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy Podcast on your podcast app.
Podcast.